first round of the tournament against Mardu Energy. And I think they're on Lurrus. Seems like a stock list with four bowmasters, four peddlers. They are a bit removal light with only three discharge and four prison. Opponent is going first. I think this is a keepable hand. You can lead with shield back, with subtlety pitching the other shield back. Frog is a nice pickup. There's a pride. We're gonna toss a shield back. I think the safest thing to do here is just to wait. I don't wanna deploy frog, but hmm, thought seeds. Let's see what they're getting. Okay. That's a double thought seeds. I think this means we're just gonna go for frog here. They can have like a bowmasters. Other thought seeds. Pop the frog. Okay. Our shield back is on blocking duty. Static prison. I think I just counter this. I know that they don't have that much. They don't have that much um removal spells.
This is an interesting story.
I think we just do this. Ship these two. Get a Mystic Sanctuary. Pop the frog. Kill the bowman here. And I think I just flip Tamio.
I'd love to hear stories from your
There's
violence
a
is
good
not
risk
the
that she
answer.
dies this turn. Okay. I think I just do this then.
Aggression is unbecoming. I am not defenseless. Do you mind?
Okay.
Violence is not the answer.
Unlucky. Just needed one interaction spell. Johnny.
Nothing can break our bond.
That resolves, and I guess Tamio dies.
My research is ruined.
Okay. Hmm. think I want to lead it off with maybe
Is there a
this.
deeper meaning to this passage?
And th- that's a lot of lands. I just have to take a hit. And suddenly looks like the last card is Able Masters. Hmm. I think I have no choice. I need to make this Tamio flip. Okay.
Tell me everything you know about this plane. Respect the library.
Now we can counter Lurrus. Hmm. Would be easy to just get rid of the Bowmasters. I think the correct play is to get rid of the guide.
I am not defenseless.
not sure how many bombardments they run. They run three. Oh, hold on.
I highly recommend this book.
Okay, got there. So on the draw, is tough. They're not a Ragavan build, so subtlety probably isn't that great here. And we'd rather have Lurrus. Long Goodbye, Toxic Deluge, Fling to Dust for survivability. For survivability. Um, I guess a Bowmaster couldn't hurt. I'm gonna ship this back because there's no turn one interaction. This one is a bit better because there's both a Swords to Plowshares and a Spell Snare. Though the one lander is kind of suspicious. Might get back. It, it might get me. Okay, since I didn't get punished, we're going to lead with the Hallowed Fountain. We're going to take this hit because we want to counter anything that they play out here. If they don't play out anything here, I'm just gonna pass it to counter the Ajani. That's perfect. I guess we'll draw this for later. Well, that's problematic. Just stop the frog. Okay, let's just pass the turn. There's a pride. Let's see what they do with it. Nice. Need to draw a counter spell. Don't need the frog. Yes, they're drawing a lot of their hate pieces or relevant permanents. Like Cthulhian, unlicensed hers.
Fight beside me, brother.
Hmm. The bombardment is really annoying.
To the hunt.
It's just long goodbye this. Yeah, I don't think I can beat that. So here, we're just gonna max out on frog. Maybe I should try disruptor flute. Let's play first. Okay, interactive hand. Play unhallowed fountain because this is a white source. A brainstorm is nice. Just gonna hit the pride Just put Tameo out.
Interesting story.
Hmm. Don't want these two. I guess let's draw into the swords.
I'd love to hear stories from your home. Use your words.
Hmm. I guess I just get Lurrus.
What a beautiful day, brother.
Maybe that's fine.
Respect the library.
Where shall we hunt today?
I am not defenseless.
There's the Ajani. I think I'm just doing this.
I will not rest until I find my brother's killer. Let fury ignite your heart.
Yep. All right. Probably misplayed that. Should have hit a Johnny while it was on the stack. Yeah. We are in round two. Let's play first. They are on Orzo Wilmerk. This is a good hand. Let's keep. We can hold up a counter spell as soon as turn one. They go for a grief. Right. Just checking the deck list. As far as I can see, they can reanimate this. I'm just going to use the flare now because The shield back doesn't really do anything if they take the flare. That's a lot of lands. They go for Bailmerk, I might have to subtlety it. A peddler, I guess that's fine. You can take the subtlety if they want. They're not an ephemerate build. Okay, let's get that. Let's shuffle away the Juggernaut and a land. I am honestly getting way too many lands right now.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
Guessing this is a Bowmaster. Alright, I think I'm okay with that. Peddler gets snared. A doll maker. Okay, let's see what this targets. Okay, I guess. I'm just gonna get back a brainstorm. Want to remove this island. Try to look for a treasure cruise. I've been really bad at drawing treasure cruise. Ilya. Guess I'll just hit that with a swords. A grief. Okay. Guess should have done that earlier. I was hoping they use failure on the shield back. Let's just pass. Guess I'm gonna start attacking then. Oh no. Guess we're going to block the overlord. I can let that go. Okay, hopefully we draw into something relevant here. Just gonna draw into another brainstorm to maximize our chances of getting cruise. Perfect, there's the cruise. We're gonna hold on to the land just in case we get a brainstorm in the future. 2467. Okay, play that. Can attack with three things here. Okay, we're almost there. Nice. For game two, we want See, they're not a Soren Elenda deck, they're more of a fair black-white sewers deck. Subtlety is still great. We want the scolding, we don't want the fragment reality. Can cut and flare and a mana drain. Maybe this is a Bowmasters matchup. I think we can bring in a Bowmasters. The hand is fine. We have a proactive hand with Tamio and Psychic Frog with subtlety.
No, no! I'm late for class!
Oh, Turkish Bowmasters. Okay. This is actually an energy deck disguised as a sewers deck. I didn't catch that. Okay, that's nice. I think I just mana drain this because we can draw four off that or draw two. I think I just do this now.
Tell me everything respects the library.
Those are pretty good hits. Nice.
is not the answer. I've read nearly the entire library.
A
Use your words.
nice, nice. Up against Mardu Lurrus energy. Let's play first. This is a bad hand. Two land heavy. This. Hmm. Yes, this is a decent one. Think what I'll do here is just force the issue. Play Tamio, play frog.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
Okay, they led with Ragavan. I think I attack with Tamio here. I'll just sack Tamio to a removal spell. Technically, she has replaced herself. If I knew I was going to draw this, I would have kept the shield back. Raptor. I think that's enough BS to justify doing this. Okay. We have the swords. The discharge. Chapter. Let's just stare that. It's a battle of. Okay, never mind.
No, no! I'm late for class!
Johnny.
Nothing can break our bond.
Hmm. think I'm willing to do this. Hmm.
I'd rather avoid. I am not defenseless.
If Tammy will get another frog. Discharge. I think that's fine.
Not here to
I
learn.
can get the mana drain.
Violence is not the answer.
Okay, that's good. Now we can stonewall these fools. Nice. So they're playing the stock list that we've been. No, it's a little bit different. But on the draw, I'm just going to keep subtleties in since they have Ragavan. So here's all the good chords. Trimmed down on counters. Bowmaster should be cut. Doesn't really provide value. Link to Dust. Let's see. They have a Cotonia Nightmare, and it could be useful for survivability. Maybe not. Should just remove this. Prefer a mana drain instead of that. Let's cut down the frogs. Hey, this is a good hand because we have Stern Scolding and Swords. It should keep us afloat. Let's keep. Turn one Pride. Let's go. Turn one Shield back. And it's good that we drew into the flare. They have to main phase the Bowmasters if they want. Okay. I think we just let this resolve. They should probably just take the swords. I could just take the brainstorm, but I'm pretty comfortable with what I have now.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
I just keep this up. Not gonna play the Tamiyo because I want to be able to schooling something. Konya Nightmare. Yes, that's fine. I guess. Oh, okay. Need to draw just one land. One land, and we're set. Man, okay. Guess I'm never gonna draw a land.
Fight beside me, brother.
Holy crap. I just need one land. Probably deluge here.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
Yep. A shame that was starting out to be good. So on the play, we have less cards to work with, so we bring Lurrus in, and this is good. Play first. Huh. Think this is a keepable hand.
Oh,
Kinda
how
scared.
am I supposed to focus on only one project?
Alright. It turned out how I imagined it would turn out.
I stayed up
You
too
would have removal
late
spell on one.
again.
Maybe hold up Bowmaster here. That gonna get surgical or something?
I've read nearly the entire library. In the right hand, use your words.
The Raptor is pretty good.
Think before you act.
See two fresh cards. Play out the frog. Static prison.
But I thought knowledge was power.
Hmm. Guess I'm gonna get scolding. Don't want the sink. I do want the fetch next turn for another cruise. Brainstorm is such a busted card. I'm just passing the turn. I get the cameo back.
Nothing like warmth and a fascinating story.
I don't get the cameo back. Just get another white source. A frog is nice. Still don't need the cruise for now. Can't let that resolve. Nice. Doing a full voiceover this one because OBS was acting up. So I kept this hand because it had a turn one Tamiyo, which is usually a nightmare to deal with against control. So Tamiyo is nice there because usually the first one dies anyway.
Oh, how am I supposed to focus on only one
Now
project?
Brainstorm tells me that they're looking for either a fatal push or more lands. As expected, the first one died. Now we have Frog. I think we just be mana efficient and cast Frog here. So this is usually how you deal with control decks. You just land threat after threat after threat while their shields are down. They have limited removal spells, usually around six at six at most, or
Hmm,
at a
is
minimum,
there a deeper meaning to this
sometimes eight.
passage?
And now landing Tamiyo here is great because we can just use Brainstorm to flip it in response to removal. So at this point, you don't have to flip Tamiyo actively. We just gain value off it turn per turn. And when you're playing this matchup, you don't really have to crack your fetches that aggressively. Now this tells me that they're desperate for removal spells, so Link to does some work here. I was tempted to let them have it because that essentially time walks them, but they do have another Mystic Sanctuary, so it doesn't really matter. Now I am mindful of a Bowmasters coming out from them since that's their only creature. That's why I'm not really cracking clues actively. And here I'm just running out the frog because this eats a counter spell. And I know they're struggling with dealing with this Tamio. Here I just play out the Mystic Sanctuary, even though it seems like a waste of Mystic Sanctuary. I do plan to brainstorm into mana drain because I do suspect that they have a Orcish Bowmasters here. And since we did cast a frog earlier, it's less likely that they have another. counter spell.
I will protect this library with my life.
So now that brainstorm actually net us one card because of that interaction. And mana drain means we get free draws from the tokens.
Respect the library.
This is an easy counter. Okay, and there, if you chain subtleties, it just becomes a time walk after time walk after time walk. And since they know about lures here, we're going to present the lures face up. And lures is pretty important, so I do think these piles are distributed fine. They get a ransom and
I never
mana
regret
drain instead,
exceptional
but we do
stories.
have mana drain and spell snare to counter that.
I am not defenseless.
Fortunately, they did get another mana drain, but it's not really the end of the world. They're just getting two cards out of this ransom. So that pile, that pile is pretty good. But I can just Swords to Plowshares the creature they copy. Alright. For the sideboard, we get rid of the subtleties. We bring in Surgical Extraction, Orcish Bowmasters, and Lurrus. Then we can make trims based off what's good and bad. After some matches against Bowmasters, I do think it's worth it's worth playing Swords to Plowshares instead of Stern Scolding, because Swords to Plowshares can deal with the Bowmasters when it resolves. And usually good players can find some time to slip in a Bowmasters and you're in trouble. So it's better just to have a Swords to Plowshares than to have a Stern Scolding. You can even block tokens with Phantasmal Shieldback anyway. So this is a keep since we have Phantasmal Shield back, we have Anti-Bowmasters and Brainstorm. So any hand with Brainstorm is pretty much keepable because it could be anything. You could sculpt your hand appropriately later on. And I brought in Surgical here because the only threats that they play is literally only for Bowmasters. So if I get rid of those, I'm pretty much free to cast everything I want. Like Tameo, Frog, Treasure Cruise, Brainstorm. They're they're all draw effects. And if I remove the problem, it pretty much solve this matchup. Though unfortunately we don't have the Flare of Denial there. Now we have to choose if we want to Swords to Plowshares this now or wait another turn. And since there are a control deck, I think it's better to do this when they're tapped out. The only problem with this play is if they have another one at hand. And I go for Tamiyo here so
They're
that
more
they have
useful
a
text to tell on
problem
the
to
surface.
have to deal with. And this tells me that they have another Bowmasters, which is bad for me because it locks me up. They had the window to resolve a Bowmasters there. But if they have Bowmasters into Snare, it's just the same. So since this is my end step, I choose to play Mana Drain instead. I could have gone for Brainstorm, maybe find a Swords to Plowshares, but Tameo still dies because of the token. And here we're just going to deploy Shield back to preserve our life total. You're pretty much in bad shape no matter how you look at it. Because both Cruise and the Brainstorm in hand is dead. The Surgical Extraction could have taken this match if we did have the Flare on turn 1, but we didn't. So they pretty much have this locked up because of Bowmasters. And here they drown in the lock. knowing that I only have 5 cards in the graveyard, so I'd have to discard one to negate this effect. I was thinking about using surgical instead, but I do think the sensible thing is just to discard the cruise and eat everything in the graveyard. Though maybe I should have discarded the brainstorm or the surgical to keep the swords to plowshares. At this point, I don't think it matters that much. Oh yeah, and demonic shooter here is really good for them. They can just tutor for anything they need. In this case, they just get the fatal push. Okay. I think the incorrect play here is I did use the surgical early. I should have waited. But yeah, here we're so far behind. I guess if I did keep swords to plowshares there, I might have tutored for. And here we pretty much just die. Lurrus gets in. We're forced to block with Tamiyo. I can't block the Orcish Bowmasters because they can replay it.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
Ransom here. Usually what you do here is hide the better pile face down. I left binding face up because usually you have to pick the blind pile because that is more value in general. They knew about bind and The lad, I don't think they want that. For us, it's a lose-lose situation because if they don't pick the face down one, they get Kling in their graveyard. And Ottawa kills us here.
I've read nearly the entire library.
And we're just dead to Blood Chief's Thirst here. I keep this hand because of double Tameo. Surgical is not really that great this early on. But again, the nightmare for control is
Perhaps there are more
a
ways to play
Tameo on
this
turn
spell on the
one.
surface.
Because this is like Ragavan where you do a removal check. After turn one, you can always hold up one mana and threaten to brainstorm anytime. And here I'm just going to incentivize them using Bowmasters in this position or killing Tameo. Because I do have this is an extra Tameo. I can afford to sacrifice it to Flare. And if I get rid of Bowmasters indefinitely here, then all of my draw spells are uncontested. Though since Bowmasters is an instant speed card, we have to take it here before they untap. We got lucky that they had another one in hand and we just browse through their deck, check if there's anything interesting. Now we also have information on their hand.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
I was actually tempted to fight over this brainstorm because we do know their hand at that point. But I just figured I just counter a removal spell. They're far off from casting Dig Through Time. They get another brainstorm, which probably means their hand is pretty bad. They're still gonna be aggressively looking for removal. Archmage's Charm counts as removal, by the way. And there's the Archmage's Charm. We just try to mana drain. We try to mana drain here, and if it gets pierced, I can flare, sacking the Tamiyo anyway, and we get mana from mana drain because we do have clues lying around. We can't sanctuary anything yet since the stupor is in play, and we get find a mana drain to protect our crews. The original plan was just to draw off the clues for this turn, but since we have mana drain, we are going to push this treasure cruise. We know that one of their cards in hand is Dig Through Time. We failed to draw into more lands. They go for Dig, we try to mana drain, but the last card in hand was a Spell Snare. I'm not really that worried because I know they don't have Bowmasters, so they're only getting 2 cards out of this, not 3. And they have Archmage's Charm in hand, so that's another draw spell. They just take the cruise. They can hard cast Dig Through Time now if they have it. They decide to go for Archmage's Charm. So this leaves up Mana Drain or a Spell Snare. So I'm going to force the issue here by casting Frog. Fatal Push gets cast. In hindsight, I should have cast the Bowmasters in response because I could have used Flare of Denial. They're casting another dig. And now when they're tapped out, we can just run out the bowmasters. Get rid of these spell snares. Or maybe one. We do find the shield back, which turns on the Flare of Denial. And it's attractive to keep Flare of Denial and a spell snare up. So I keep one. I do want the Brainstorm on top, so if I'm going to counter something, I'll have to lead with Flare. And what this tells me is that they're desperate for answers. So I just get Treasure Cruise here. Drown them even further in card advantage. And I'm just gonna use Flare, sacking the shield back because they are holding up one blue mana, which means they can spell pierce. There's another cruise. And we have a lot of cards in the yard. We just need to make sure we don't eat any of the permanents. I do eat 7 cards here because I think I would use the 3 mana for Lurrus. Because what's important to me is to keep having Bowmasters up. And Spencer is just a really naughty card. Now I just decide to go for another Treasure Cruise. They have 1 card left in hand. We have a mana drain. So this game is probably locked up by now. We even have one more Sanctuary left. And I think what's big here is the difference between Dig Through Time and Cruise. Dig Through Time always gets you 2 cards. Cruise can get you 3 relevant cards. Assuming you built the deck correctly, those 3 cards are going to be high quality. You don't really need selection or have to be scared about Bowmasters that you choose to run Dig Through Time. If your deck has a combo in it, I think it's better. But yeah, that's it. Okay, our opponent is on blue-white control. Their build has a pretty similar shell to this one, but they're running Oculus as their main threat. I think the edge we have here is that they don't have a way to deal with flip Tamio. Yeah, they don't run. They don't run prismatic ending. Let's just start with a fountain. The first Tamio often dies,
Oh, I stayed up too late reading. Again.
so we can just die to Teferi. They do have a couple of Teferi time ravelers, which can be problematic.
Oh no! I'm late for class!
If they brainstorm, I might use mana drain. Heal back, it's fine. Let's just get a black source and a clue token here. I can just pass the turn. They could have the free plus shield back. You can't stifle this. Okay, brainstorm is good. Now we just play out a psychic frog. Maybe gets countered. I think I manage in this one. Okay.
That's more like it.
Let's bottom that. Maybe the play here is to actually just flip this Tamio. Flare of Denial sucks.
Tell me everything you know about this. Respect the library.
Just take Brainstorm.
I've got it.
I am not defenseless.
Play 3. Blue, black, white.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
It's either they have another one or yeah, they just had another one.
Might be a bad idea.
Respect the library.
You have double. You have another flare.
According to plan.
They didn't have another flare. Oh, so it's subtlety. Okay. Hmm. Let's just cruise first. Okay. They have a stifle, so I was
The history of the multiverse is at my fingertips.
kinda making sure this resolves. Just counter that. Okay, against this deck, I think what I want my subtleties, Bowmaster's help. Prismatic ending is good. I want long goodbye. I guess I want stern scolding more than spell snare, or maybe a split, or maybe not even one of them. Yeah, I think I just go for something like this. I think this is a good hand. Just being threat heavy is nice. If we just play out threat to threat, just gonna try to overload them. Let's lead with shield back first since we drew into the flare. I guess I'm playing around Stifle now. Okay, that's good. I'm in for a land. Oculus. Let's see, they cast Scolding. They have Tamio here. Just counter that. And I'm guessing they don't have a shield back. Because if they did have a shield back, it was the correct time to play it that at that point. Hmm, okay. Let's sequence with shield back first. Okay, that's fair. Now I play frog. Not really sure about using this sanctuary. I don't think I want to waste the sanctuary. Now I kind of do. Maybe not. Not yet. Hey, don't think I want long goodbye for now. Or maybe I do. No, I don't. Okay, let's pass first. 'Here, I want to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This is a remote.
Oops. I misclicked on that one. Hopefully it doesn't lose me this game. My god. I was going for shield back first. My Alexa just set off an alarm. Okay, start by
This is an interesting story.
flipping the stamina.
I'd rather avoid. Use your words.
Nice. You're up against Blue Belcher. This is a great hand against Blue Belcher. They do run subtlety. Let's start cracking fetches so that we can fill the graveyard. Lead with the Phantasmal Shield back. I think I might be keeping these subtleties here. They're a creature heavy version. They don't have mocks. Oh, they have mocks. You have 4 Flare of the Nile, 4 Mana Drain, 4 Commandeers, 4 subtleties. I don't think it gave them priority when I cast the shield back. So I think this Tameo is safe. Okay, now that Tameo is safe. Just cast the Tameo here. I think it's fine if this gets great drained. You don't really have much of a choice given our hand. They're also playing stock up, which is kind of neat.
Oh no! I'm late for class!
It resolves. It's counter at 1 ring. It's like they have a subtlety in hand. I kind of know that they have a mana drain based on how they played. I think it's safe to do this. Let's just brainstorm.
I'll aid you, so focus on the fight. Violence is not the answer.
We might be in trouble here.
I wanted to trust you. Think before you act.
We can just keep playing flash creatures here. Yes, I start countering some of them.
Don't underestimate me.
Belcher. Guess I need brainstorm.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named off.
Alexa, aircon on. Alexa, aircon on. Okay. Let's try to find our one off. No, that won't work. Okay, let's try one more. Found it.
Respect the library.
It's really crazy. Holy shit.
Clearly, you're not here to learn. Violence is not the answer. Curious. I must investigate this rule further.
Let's just counter that.
Oh, this is one of my favorites. Use your words.
Okay. Need to close this game out. Nice. For game 2, we don't want the prismatic ending, link to dust. These swords. Just gonna run fragment reality, deafening silence, commandeers, disruptor flute. Let's see their list. I think instead of spell snare, I actually want stern scolding. And let's trim down on the treasure cruise. Think this is fine. Don't think this hand is functional. Forgot to check if they had show and tell. They didn't. They don't have show and tell. Okay, this is better. They probably should try playing Tamio if they're going this route. Archaeologist, hitting spells near. Okay, they don't have the flare. I think I just countered this one. Okay, that's nice. Don't think I want the shield back. Let's reveal. Don't want a sanctuary.
Oh, I stayed up too late reading. Again.
Just attack. Looks like they have something. Let's put these two back.
This will be a boon to my reader. Violence is not the answer.
Get white. I think I don't buy anything back.
If you need me, I'll be in the library. Respect the library.
I don't think I want to deploy the frog. Let's just use Tamio ult. Okay.
Use the past to plan for the future.
Hey, there's a commandeer. I didn't uptick because I was kinda.
I am not defenseless.
Might actually run out of counter spells. So maybe I bank it all on this commandeer now. Oh, they have it. Okay. Nice.
I highly recommend this book.
It's just named Goblin Charbelcher. I'm actually fine doing this.
Use your words.
2, 4, 6. Okay. Nice. We're up against Sultai Show and Tell. Let's play first. So against Show and Tell, this is not a great hand. We have Subtlety and guess we can draw out of yes, we can draw out of this. But having mana drain is pretty important. And the funny thing here is that they're running a list that I tried out in the ladder recently. They have two frogs and a shifting woodlands. Yeah, I think this is the exact same one I had. So let's see if my tech really does well against Esper Frog. Really need to draw frog. I'm really thinking about this. And if I can try to read them, it's probably a Veil of Summer or another land drop or something like that. Symbol. I think I'll let them have that. I'm not going to crack this fetch. That's a dud. And it's gonna be bad for me if I keep drawing into duds. Hmm. There's the show and tell. Let's go for the mana drain. They go for the veil. We go for the flare.
Oh, I
Made a mistake there. I
again.
should have gotten the mana drain. Let's hope they don't do it again. Yeah, but even if I draw into drain, I don't think I progress anything on my board. Since we have Tamio established here, we can get the mana drain. You have to be careful about shifting woodlands. I think I just let this resolve. As much as I want to mana drain it, they have a breeding pool up, so it's likely it's getting veiled. But then again, you could argue that I lose anyway to veil. So the main issue here is that we were just too slow to kill them. Let's see if they go for this. Flare on top. 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 Ah, let's see if they got the full combo. Yep. So this time, we don't want subtlety. We just want bowmasters, Lurrus, commandeer, surgical, disruptor, flute, deafening silence. We can cut up until one of those. Prismatic ending. We don't need trim down on a treasure cruise. I think I'd rather have fragment reality here. Play first. Hmm. I think I have to mulligan this. I need my threats. Seed with the fetch land. Turn 2, we're gonna psychic frog. And bottom that or surveil that away. Just need to get cards flowing for now. What I'm afraid of is the two abrupt decays that's in that list. Oh my god. That too. That's gonna be a pain. You can just try to woodland for it. They're at 19. Okay. So max for what? 1, 2, 3. Assemble. This is actually pretty scary because they can try to find woodlands here. And they already have 4 types in the graveyard. So maybe I should have used Drain there. I just didn't want to because I'm pretty off from casting Treasure Cruise. Okay, there's a Commandeer. There's a Shield back. And that's probably the win. I think let this go. Like the last spell I should cast is a Flare of Denial. Not sure if that is bait, but I don't know. That definitely deserves a counter spell. Yep, we lost. GG's. All right. Last round of the Swiss. We're up against Azorius Control with this is actually Gandalf Gaming. They have Narset and Tefri, and I bet this is going to be a pain. They have Subtlety. Oh, they have Orim's Chant. That's cool. I'm off to a pretty slow start. We're seeing a lot of lands. We're just gonna brainstorm again. Ditch this and this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just pass the turn here. We're gonna get rid of these two. My hand really didn't get any better. And we definitely don't want to be in a spot where they're super ahead. Okay. The same thing to do here is to get brainstorm. Let's just cast a Tamio. See how they react to that.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
I don't have a way to remove Tamio. Let swords. We play brainstorm. They play another swords. We take our advantage. I think we want one land, but not the second flare. Let's just get a black source here. The Out of Frog. There's a spell snare. Getting another brainstorm. Hmm. We can cruise. Okay. They brainstorm. They counter this. They draw. They land. I guess Narset really makes me lose here. I'll concede to a Narset. Just mimic what they did. I don't think they have a spell pierce. Let's get the pending. We're at
If
the
you
deploy
I'll be in
a
the
lot of
library.
threats phase now. Wonder what's in their hand. Okay. I think I should just try to flip this.
This is not just a battle of I am not defenseless.
Guess that's like one way I could win this. To just activate. I think I'll let this go. I have prismatic ending.
This is an interesting story.
Let's counter this. I guess I let it flip.
I hope you don't mind if I take notes. Think before you act.
Okay. It's just pending that Tamu.
But I thought knowledge was power.
Let's get that.
A good story can refresh the mind. Is there a deeper meaning to this passage?
Okay.
Violence is not the answer.
Nice. So against this deck, they're Planeswalker heavy. We definitely don't want the swords. We want the commandeers. Long goodbye. Bowmasters. You have to remove a bunch of spells. I guess it's spell snare. Doesn't really do much here. And maybe a mana drain. Hey, this is threat heavy. Let's keep.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
They have the snare. They have dispute instead. Oh my, they're prepared. They're really prepared for this matchup. They try to counter this.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
We're seeing our set. Take that as a good sign. Keep this Tamu from attacking. Alright. Should cast this. Since I think they have more counter spells than removal. Like, what do I do here? 3 mana. Orem's chant. Okay.